What's going on, guys? It's NK57, your virtual car friend. And today, got a little bit of time. I'm going to knock out a few knick-knack things I want to get done on the rodeo. So driving it around, I've noticed a rattle. And diagnosing rattles is actually not as hard as a lot of people make it out to be. A lot of times you can, if you just stop and listen, maybe get someone else to drive while you sit where you think the rattle's coming from. You'd see it's pretty easy to diagnose. Touch things. A lot of times you touch a piece on your dash, the rattle will go away, things like that. So I've noticed a rattle in the back seat. It's a lot. I noticed it more from this side. This side, not so much, but it's there. So what it is if you look back here, when you fold the seat down, you've got this latch. It latches to there, and it's got a little bit of play. So the easiest way to do it is maybe not the best way, but you can get something like tape or something to take up that slack, and it'll keep it from rattling. In this case, what I wanted to do and what I did off camera was I actually took this entire section apart because I wanted to unbolt this and slide it back, unsuccessfully thinking that it was adjustable.
It was not, in fact, adjustable. So I did all that work for nothing.
So then I thought, let me take apart the latch mechanism, the hinge mechanism. Maybe that is adjustable. Nope, that is not adjustable either. So I ended up doing the cheap thing. That's what we're going to have to do here. What I didn't want to do in the first place, but it's our only option, is we're going to use some tape this up, and see if we can get rid of that sound. So what I have here, this is some self-sealing silicone tape. You could use electrical tape if you want. You could use anything. Electrical tape, I feel like, is a little too sticky. Because it's gonna. This is one of those temporary permanent solutions. It's gonna get worn down sooner or later, just because it's not. It's metal on metal here, and it's gonna get worn through eventually. So the less adhesive on there, the better, because you're going to be replacing it sooner or later. In this case, the back seat doesn't get folded down a whole lot, so it might last forever. So this self-sealing tape, it doesn't have any adhesive, it just sticks to itself, and this is great to keep in your car for emergencies as well, because you can put it like if you bust a radiator hose or something, you can wrap it on there. It attaches to itself and welds itself to itself, and you can in an emergency situation, it'll stop a leak and get you into town, or get you run on the rest of your trip. So I'm gonna do. That might be too much. Let's do that much. All right, so come take a look here. We've got a little wrap there where it connects. I'm gonna shut it. There's still a tiny bit. I'm gonna go thicker. I should have done that last wrap. So let's take this off. Okay, there we go. Very, very little. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Stretch the tape a little to activate it. There we go. no more rattling from back here. And, you know, it's not the most elegant solution, but it is a solution. Let's go to the front of the car. All right, so another thing I noticed is, well, I noticed it because I did it myself, was I busted the connector on my map sensor. So if you see here, so there should be a little clip there that clips right there. Now it isn't all that bad because it holds itself pretty well in there, you know. If you really wanted to try to, I guess, be inexpensive about it, you could zip tie it so it doesn't fall out. I don't think it'll fall out, but it's something to do. It's something to fix on the car. So I went to the junkyard, found another Rodeo, and I got a new connector. You can see this one has the clip. And all we have to do here is de-pin it. I don't want to, you can cut the wires and splice them if you want, but we're going to do it clean and we're going to de-pin this thing. So on these connectors, you have like this, it's like a locking thing. Take that off. So we're going to do it to this one. Right here. Oh, I broke it. Oh, that's okay. This one's the rusted one anyway. Yeah, I mean, that plastic was brittle. So now that that's off, we get our little, this is a, I think they call these weather pack connectors. This is a weather pack connector tool. We'll take it off one by one because we don't want to mix up which wire goes where. So we're going to start with it's labeled here C, Charlie. This is the Charlie wire. You stick tool in there. Go all the way down till it stops. And boom. There's your connector. So what I'm going to do is I have Charlie there. And I'm just going to stick it in. And I heard it click. And now we have that one solidly in there. We'll go on to the next one. We'll go to connector Bravo. Comes right out. And then goes right in there. And the last one there we go. I'm going to shut this little door on it. Now we have our little lock. And there we go. Another little thing that anybody can do, even you. Now, what else can we do here? What do you say we do the rear end? Okay. We're under the Rodeo. I bought an aftermarket differential cover for this truck. Because this one, you see, we've got a fill plug, but we don't have a drain plug. So to drain this, you have to take the differential cover off every single time, and that's freaking annoying. So the one I bought has a plug for the drain, so you can drain it without removing the diff cover each and every time, and that's just more convenient, and it's a little better maintenance wise. So let's see, get this off. Strangely, these bolts are 13 millimeter. I always make fun of 13 millimeters. You know, I'm like, who the hell uses 13 millimeter? Oh, God. Let me go get the breaker bar. Right, I brought the breaker bar. But let's try to do one better. Let's make this. Okay, all the bolts are out. I'm trying to get this little clamp. There we go. That's in a better position. Let me get some pliers. Get me. Long reach needle nose pliers are the shit. Okay. So that breather, it's just a rubber hose for the breather tube that was stuck on the nipple. All you gotta do a lot of times on hoses like that is grab them right at the nipple, the hose, and if you can twist it, if you can get it to twist on it, a lot of times that's enough to break it free. And yeah, it's coming off easy now. Okay. Breather tube is off. That little piece actually looks great. Let's stick that in there and see what happens. Don't tighten it this time. Oh yeah, that worked out. We've got some junk on there. All right, so I'm going to let this drain. I'm going to go grab a razor and do the dreaded job of scraping all this clean. And let's see what I can do about that rear end. How are we going to do this? Oh, all right, we're going to figure it out. Okay, so this quick little, oh, hey, anybody can do it video, stuff you can do on your own car to improve it, quickly turned into a Power Nation video. Because this differential cover here that I bought, it doesn't have a little provision here, a little nipple, like the factory diff cover has for the venting the differential. I went to my neighbor's house. Not everyone's neighbor has a milling machine, and we were able to drill and tap a hole there. I went and bought a 1/8 MPT little nipple, and that's gonna go in there. And then I also, on the inside, just JB welded a little baffling plate like the factory one has. Anybody can do that. You can do it. It sucked though. So where we're at now is I'm gonna test fit it up here because there's a brake line here that runs along the back, and I know that it's gonna have to get bent out a little bit in order to fit. I just want to make sure I have it out enough before I get my RTV on there and ruin the entire thing, you know? Man, this thing is going to be kind of a bitch because I have to be out enough that I can get this cover up in there. Get some more TV around that. We'll get it on. Let's see how we go. Enough talk. Got 2 bolts here on the ready. Grab it from the bottom. We're going to avoid trying to touch the RTV and avoid the RTV touching the axle here. Ride it up. We're looking good. Looking good. Get a little screw here ready. Go. Very nice and extremely useful in the future, just because I don't have to remove the diff cover every time I want to change my gear oil now. Okay, the diff cover is on. I'm gonna let the RTV set for 24 hours, and then I'm gonna torque it. So now we can finally do the last thing I want to do, which is a fuel filter up there. Pray to God this doesn't turn into another project like this. But let's do it. I'd like to avoid taking a bath if at all possible. Fucking don't put the clamps like this. Okay, there we go. Clamps off. What I'm going to do is put vice grips on each of these to minimize the fuel loss. This is an old logo AC Delco fuel filter, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was the original fuel filter. You know, 90. It's low mileage, low mileage filter, but it's still a 30-year-old filter, so. Too little. That's about right. That looks like it will stop that, and then we'll do the same thing here on the other side. Okay, so you go there for now. So according to the service manual, I'm supposed to release these first and then take it off. Oh gosh. Oh, this is not going to be easy. And I just pray that I don't rip these fuel lines here. Okay. I'm gonna try to pry method a little bit. There we go. There we go. I'm wearing glasses because I've gotten fuel in my eyes plenty of times doing stuff like this, and it is never fun. Okay, one down. We're looking good. We're looking tough. Okay, we got a twist out of it. We're going to try to do the same thing. Get a pry on it. It's coming. Stop. You stop. Okay, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of fuel. Enough, dude. We get it. We get it. We get it, dude. We get it. You leak fuel. All right. Doesn't look, I mean, terribly dirty in either direction, but like I said, this is old, so it is definitely something that's probably worth doing. I don't know, I can't really see because I have yellow tinted, fogged up glasses on right now. Okay, I think you're done. Ugh. Here's the fuel filter. Gas is obviously flowing that way. That is the direction of the engine. A smart person would have compared the filters before taking them off. And in this case, I'm lucky. Here we have an arrow that says flow this way, so we're gonna go in like that. Don't fucking drip. Okay. Spoosh and skadoosh. Okay. Let's tighten. Tighten our little folder. Bring our clamps down. Here we go. Here we go. And we will leave the ends of these spring clamps to the bottom, like, not like a fucking psycho. fuel filter replaced. We did it. Thank God that didn't turn into an issue, and I'm very glad that I didn't. I took out my glasses. Now all the fucking gas is gonna go in my eyes. I'm glad I didn't tear the line or rip the line, or you know. Ugh. I think that was, oh fuck, it stinks. I think, I did have a vibration in my door panel. Let's check that out. Okay. So the last piece of vibration that I could hear, this one took me a little bit to figure out, but it is actually this. So that vibrating over certain bumps, or you know, just driving, you know, you'll hear that. And so, I mean, I tried stuffing a piece of paper down there, like, oh, maybe I can, and it's actually worked for like a week. But I think it ended up falling down. So I'm going to take the door panel off, and let's see what it looks like under there. All right, let's get this off. Okay, so I got the door panel off, and what I think I'm going to do, so what I have to do is really take up the space inside of here. It looks like, if you look closely, that there's tiny little like rail things that I guess it's supposed to ride on. I could wrap the lock itself in tape, but I think that is not the best idea because it moves up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I was thinking about putting electrical tape, but electrical tape has a tendency to get very, very sticky, and I think that would kind of gum up the works. And also, it's a little bit thick. We only need a tiny bit, so I'm going to get some masking tape and tape it on the inside of this, and I think that will work. So let me put some masking tape inside of here, and we'll see how it turns out. Look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Let me go trim this down, and we'll get it put back together. Okay. I got it back in there. You can just barely see the masking tape in there, but that is much quieter. Much quieter. I think we have solved all of our vibration issues in the Rodeo. Fuel filters changed, differential cover changed. I mean, we'll skip to tomorrow. And I'll torque down that rear end, and then we'll fill it with, you know, some gear oil. But for now, I'm just going to put this door panel back together. And that is still free to move. So I'm going to call that a win. Okay, we are back. That has been given a day to cure. I mean, probably didn't even need that, but I like to give it some time to cure. Let me bring you up here so you can see it, but the vent tube is there. So the vent tube is now attached. We're torqued. Now let's I'm gonna put a drain plug in. Oh, I know this one's a drain plug because it has a magnet on it. I think that hopefully will be enough. And I'm going to put my top hole in. As you can see, the new drain. Oh. So you can see the new differential cover has 2 holes. These holes are for low pinion for the lower one, high pinion for the higher one. And the way you can tell is basically where the drive shaft is connecting. If it's like kind of to the lower half, here, let me bring you in so you can see what I'm talking about. But if you look at the differential, you see it's generally here on the lower half. Like this is flat. If it was upside down, so basically think of that, but upside down, that would be a high pinion. So this is a low pinion. This is low pinion, so we're going to be using the lower hole. I'm going to go ahead and get that higher pinion one in there for now. I mean, I feel like that should be enough. Now, here. Now we do the pumping. This fucking sucks. Oh, there we go. That is what we want to see. We have reached flow state. So we're going to let that drain out, and then we'll stick this plug in. I think that's good. Now, for the final piece of the differential cover, the most important part is when I put this little label. Right here. Let's clean this up. You see we got a little dirty spot we're cleaning in. Just clean that area with some rubbing alcohol. All right. Now we put on this placard. So now everyone can know that this is in fact a Dana 44. And that is the cleanest it will ever be. There we go, guys. We did it. Against all odds. We are ready to go. I don't see any obvious leaks, but I'm going to be checking this thing, as the week progresses. All right. Well, thank you for coming along with me on this. Again, this is, these are all things that needed to be done. All very small things, but even this, which should have been very easy, turned into a multi-day ordeal because of having to modify this aftermarket differential cover to work on the Rodeo, and stuff like that happens sometimes. As much research as you do, or as what according to Rock Auto says works, it doesn't always end up that way, and sometimes you have to modify stuff to fit. This one, it was just a little bit of a pain, but I got it done. But don't let that stop any of you from doing this yourself, because there's all stuff that you can do realistically, all stuff that you can do yourself, and it'll make your car better. You did it, and you'll feel that much better driving it when you don't hear a rattle because you found out what it was and you remedied it, Or you did something like this, in which now maintaining this rear differential is so much easier because now I have a drain plug instead of having to remove the fucking differential cover like a Neanderthal every single time. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.